Hey guys, this is Kaiju 2014-117 here, and today I'd like to discuss about my origins of loving Godzilla and all the Kaiju series. So, let us begin where or how did it started. So, it began a long time ago when I was a little baby or like a toddler, I would say. My father has collections of movies and we both love movies a lot, and I tend to watch movies with him and we enjoy. I laugh, I probably get too excited, I like pretend I was in the movies and action stuff. However, what's the biggest one is the monsters that he's shown me, and it's Godzilla. Now, I do not know exactly which movie was my first Godzilla movie, so I would say it's somewhere either between Godzilla versus the Sea Monster or the son of Godzilla, or maybe one of these two movies, Godzilla vs. Gigan and Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla, the original. Or it could be Godzilla vs. Megalon. Yes, this is one of the old VHSs, and of course, who could ever forget Ghidorah, the three-headed monsters, or Ghidorah, however they call it, but I call it Ghidorah. But anyways, these are one of the original movies that I started off when I was young, before I grew older. I would say 5 years old or 6, that when we start watching more new Godzillas, especially when the 90s occurred, with the 90s Godzilla coming out before the 1998. Now anyways, what I like about Godzilla is because I guess I have a thing with dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs because they're like big and imaginary, especially the T-Rex. And I would say Godzilla was probably something that inspires from the T-Rex. So, as much as I like it, what I'm surprised and love about Godzilla is because of his atomic breath. I see him fire at all the enemy monsters and the planes and tanks that were attacking him. It shows how powerful he is, and it inspires me to grow into something more. As I see Godzilla, I see him as my role model, as I would say, being tough, stay strong, and always be ready. That's what got me into Godzilla more, especially from the 90s. I keep seeing Godzilla getting even more powerful and powerful. And as I grew up, I have few Godzilla toys, especially I have a little ones. However, I lost them all. The only thing I have, I guess, the only survivor is the King Ghidorah, which I will show you maybe in the future. But what started out my first Bandai Godzilla is this guy, the Godzilla 1995. Unfortunately, this Godzilla doesn't have the tag because when I had him, I was about 5 to 6 years old. Yes, at least 5 years old. That's when I want to play with him in, when kids play with the tub stuff, I kind of did the same thing with this Godzilla. But that's when I was young. I cut off the tag. However, I also had to take out some of the stuff because it was water and everything, and I had hard time trying to put the leg. It took me a long time. However, I'm planning to buy the new 1995 Godzilla, hopefully when I have the chance. But this is my very first Bandai Godzilla. Now, what I like about this Godzilla is because I like his dorsal fins. It looks awesome and fantastic. However, I always keep seeing Godzilla's face in the 90s look like a cat, especially when he has ears. It was kind of funny. What I also noticed is his feet, because when I saw the originals like this, he only has 3 feet. But when I saw the 1954 Godzilla, he actually has, well, not 4 feet, he has 4 toes. But somehow, I think after Godzilla Raids Again, when he first fought King Kong, that's when he started to have only 3 feet. So I was like, what? But anyways, details not too important, as long as he's Godzilla. That's the most important. But anyways, this is my first Godzilla. And then the next one was my next favorite, Gamera. If you do not know what Gamera is like, I would say he's either the second or third famous kaiju in Japan. Gamera is basically a giant flying turtle that flies around like a saucer, and then he breathes fire like Godzilla. However, he does get hurt often and he does bleed, so this makes him a little bit more vulnerable. Some people are hoping for Gamera and Godzilla to fight one day, but unfortunately because Gamera is from Daiei, I believe that's how you pronounce that, and Godzilla is from Toho, they can never meet. Hopefully one day we will get to see that one day, because I am interested to see these two to hit each other. Now, this figure I want to show you guys today is another Godzilla fig, however, or toy. However, you probably won't be able to see this, and the reason is because this Godzilla is from Vietnam, where I came from. I got this, I believe, in the early 2000s when I was a kid visiting my parents' home village. That is where I'm from. I'm from Vietnam, but I'm from the south side, not the north side. But we can talk about that next time. But anyways, why I'm bringing this up is because this Godzilla reminds me of Vietnam. It reminds me of my grandparents. And every day I see this toy, it reminds me to keep pushing forward and always do it for my family, because my family is what got me here, got me this far. But my grandparents from Vietnam is the reason why my parents are here. And every time I see this toy, I always keep remembering I have to keep doing it for them, keep pushing it, because they worked so hard to get my parents out of Vietnam during the Vietnam War. If you know the history of the Vietnam War, then you know what the story is all about. So anyways, this toy will always be with me, and I will always remember it from the bottom of my heart. And I'll miss him. Anyways, that is one of my origins for the Godzilla toys and the Godzilla movies. Now, what about game? I do have one, and I have a PlayStation 2, Godzilla Save the Earth. This is my very first Godzilla game, and I gotta say, I loved the heck out of it when I was a boy. And yes, my PlayStation 2 is still with me, and it still works, and I still playing it for a long time. I play it mostly on the Resident Evil 4 games, which we can talk about a Resident Evil game later. But let's talk about this. Yes, it's still in good condition. There's still the disc. And, oh, this is my favorite, the booklet for this game. So this game, if you're wondering when it came out in 2000, I would say 4-ish. Is it 2004-ish? It came out in 2004. That's how many years ago that was. 15 years ago. Oh my goodness. And this game still kicks ass in so many levels. But anyways, what I like this booklet, it is very informative. It shows all like the basic controls and everything. Especially give us monsters, like tell us what these monsters are. Anguirus, Baragon tells all the skills and sets, along with Destroyer, Gigan, Godzilla 90s, Godzilla 2000. This is my favorite Godzilla design, by the way. He's always will, especially when I saw him in, I would say 2000, in the theater, in American theater called Godzilla 2000. And of course, everyone's favorite King Ghidorah and Jet Jaguar, along with Mecha Godzilla 2 and Mecha Godzilla 3. This is right before we start calling him Kuryu, which is still also Mecha Godzilla. And we have Mega Gearus, Megalon, Mecha King Ghidorah, and Mogira. And of course, both Mothra Larva and adults. Give me one moment. Here we go, we fix that. Of course, we got Orga and Rodan. Well, we start calling him Fire Rodan because he breathes fire. Unfortunately, the previous Rodans don't usually breathe fire, but this one does. And my personal favorite villain, Space Godzilla. If you do not know what Space Godzilla is like Godzilla basically, but he can fly and create crystals. Now imagine a Godzilla with those kind of powers will be a formidable foe than King Ghidorah. But anyways guys, this is my origin story. I like Godzilla because for what he is and for what he represents. But as well, as I grew up and grew older and start buying more Godzilla videos, I started to want to watch the original Godzilla. Unfortunately, I watched the 1956 Godzilla King of the Monsters, It's starring Raymond Burr, which he spliced himself into the movie. When I was a kid, I did not even notice the cuts until when I grew older. I started watching the video and I was like, oh, I see what they did there. It was a clever way to trick with kids' mind when they were young. But as you get older, then you can realize, oh, I did not know that. And I finally get to see the original Godzilla from 1954. And I gotta say, I think I like that even more because we get to see the original characters, get to know them more instead of just focusing on Raymond Burr. And I mean, Raymond Burr is a good actor, and I wish he was still alive to make a cameo appearance for the Godzilla King of the Monsters. However, his character name did from Steve Martin. That's his character, and his name was in the 2019 King of the Monsters, and that was an awesome Easter egg. But anyways, guys, this is my origin and history of my love for Godzilla, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. Now, I'm also saying this because people are asking, why do we even like Godzilla? Why is he so important? Godzilla is what inspires us to love fictional things, especially if the story is nonsense. But that's the point of entertainment. It should be a little bit nonsense for us to enjoy. And King of the Monsters is probably a good example. And I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. But this is how I start loving Godzilla. Everyone have their baby steps, especially with the games, which we can talk about that next time. But anyways, this is how I start liking Godzilla, and I'm hoping this inspires you guys to try to watch some previous Godzilla films. You may like some, you may not like others, but that's what makes us love Godzilla, because Godzilla is a unique movie and monster that portrays him in different versions. Doesn't matter if he's good, bad, or if he's just a natural disaster. It's up to you. But for me, Godzilla is a unique monster and character that we all should adore. Anyways, so I do have a new announcement. I may create another video probably this week to show a teaser of what I'm going to be doing next Saturday, because next Saturday I'm going to San Francisco, Japantown for anime cosplay event. And if anyone is going there, I hope to see you there. I'll show you a teaser trailer of what I am going to be wearing and what I'm going to be for the cosplay. So it's not anime related, but it is Japanese somewhat related, and it's based on a video game, and I will show you that in the next video. But anyways, I'm hoping to see you guys next week for the anime cosplay event for San Francisco, Japantown. But if not, then I hope to guys see you next time. Comment down below what you guys think about my origin story, and then you want to share your origin story of your love for Godzilla, please comment down below, share, like, and subscribe, and please ring a notification bell for our upcoming videos, okay? Alright, good night guys, this is Kaiju 2014-117, signing off.